One dude won $400 million last night, huh?
Yeah.
The Powerball ticket. One guy this time in South Carolina.
Man, that's nice.
You know, they always talk about the lump sum.
Yeah.
And I hear it's, if you do the math, roughly it's about a third. So you could say, okay, I'll do the lumps, the one and done. So that would be, what, 133, 134
It's only
million?
a fucking 100. That's all a third.
It's about a third. But here's my question. Then do they tax it after that?
Sure.
Wait a minute. No, I think that's after.
That's after taxes.
Isn't that after the...
After taxes? The math works out that it turns out to be a third of what you would have got?
No, it's lump sum is always less.
Lump sum is half.
If you go
Lump sum is half, but then they tax it, so then
half.
your take home would be a
It's
third.
about a third of the total.
Why the fuck would everyone take a lump sum then? What's wrong with people?
Because they only give you like and I don't mean only, but they only give you like 100,000 a year for like 100 years. It's or 30 years, whatever the fuck.
20 years.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Having it all now, or
I would get the lump sum.
I don't think I would.
You gotta go lump sum because you could do some great things with that money.
Yeah,
You can anyway because it's guaranteed income. You can borrow against that.
Is it?
Yes.
okay. So let's take this year's Powerball that was 338 million, for example. Okay, 338 million. The lump sum after tax prize would amount to 221 million, or 152 million after taxes. 25 federal, 3% New Jersey because he won in New Jersey.
So 338 turns into 152. So then I was wrong with the third.
So it's a half roughly. About,
Not even.
Maybe a little less than half. 45%.
Let's go 2/5.
But what about? Why not divide that like over 20 years? 338 million.
How much they give you every year? When you could have just this ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I'd rather
do crazy things
just
with it
grab
right
it all
away.
at once. Fuck it.
Right.
I think you'd be less inclined to fuck up if you had a year or two to adjust to that kind of money.
Fuck that.
I also think you can borrow against it. Like, meaning, not that you want to do that, but if you have a fucking guaranteed, say, 2 or 3 million, whatever it is a year coming in, you're fucking still living.
I mean, if you need cash now, you can just call 877.
Oh, yeah.
Is your phone working, Sam?
The annuity payments are 30 years.
Yeah,
30.
I knew it wasn't 20. It's
and
30 years.
they gradually go up. Like you start at about, this example is $513,000, and then year 30 it's 1.6 million.
Oh, that's it? And that's before taxes.
That's for a $40 million.
Is that before taxes?
But most
That's
people
after
are going to be
taxes.
dead
That's
by
your
they hit
net.
the 30.
I have won the lotto, but I need cash now.
I think I read one once that it had something to do with the fact that they don't have $400 million just ready to give to you.
Just laying around.
So you'll end up getting more if you do it annually because they will have more time to get you that money, I think.
And they obviously
I could be totally wrong.
encourage you to take the,
Well,
the
sure,
payout.
because they're giving out less.
And then this guy's saying if you take the payments and you die, you can't leave it to your family.
No, you can't.
No.
What?
Nope.
It's just you.
Oh, that's fucking
It doesn't go to your
ridiculous.
spouse.
See, you should
You know, in
just take
Canada, there's no taxes on lotto, so you get exactly what they tell you.
That's what it
Fucking
should
move
be.
there.
Yeah, I
Why
would.
don't you marry someone from Canada then?
That's what it should be.
Pot's legal in Montreal.
It also says here too, if you take the lump sum, you get half. Then the government takes their half on the state and federal levels, but they don't take the full amount to cover your winnings. They only take a portion of it.
Wow.
And that's why on these lotto websites there's big exclusions here that's saying it's like you need to be careful with your
you
money
still
because
gotta
when your
pay
first year of
taxes.
taxes comes around, you're still paying on it because the government didn't take everything.
And
they took a portion, but they do that on purpose.
And you're listening to a lottery winner.
That's
Eric
true.
Nagel.
Eric Nagel.
Eric knows.
And then you
when
also
he built
pay
the staff out of 100 grand or
and
whatever.
you also pay on the interest.
Well, of course, you got to
because
pay
if you
tax
get
on the
whatever
interest,
money they give you, you put it in the bank, whatever
Which is
interest,
about-
then they re-tax you
which
again.
is about $10 a year.
Yeah, but it's amazing how they
interest
in Canada that's how it should be. You win the lottery, this is how much you get. Fucking cocksuckers can't keep their hands out of your
This
pockets.
government is so fucked with taking your money. It's astounding.
Obama,
the
right?
Fucking
That's the same with the
fault.
Republicans in
It's
office
Obama's fault,
too.
right?
No, it's mostly Democrat tax and spend, but like the death tax, you want to work so that if you make over $2 million, the government's going to take half your shit when you die.
It's disgusting.
It's like, why?
Oh,
what did
Sex
you?
Bagel might be wrong here.
Oh no,
Because I'm reading something about Mega Millions.
Yeah.
And the lottery spokesperson said in this article that doing it annually Mega Millions promises to continue to send out those checks every year. See, I said dicks last time, and you all made fun of me.
I don't see
Chicks
how
with
they
dicks
cannot
now.
pay your.
You're finished.
Even if the winner dies to a designated beneficiary.
Yeah, I don't see how they cannot pay your spouse.
Hold on, let's slow down a little bit here. You take the lump sum, right? And then you get a good financial advisor. I bet you in the end you're better off.
Okay.
Probably.
Because you could shove a shitload of money into the fucking market if the guy knows what he's doing.
Well, as long as you don't get bilked or
you
hit a
got to go
downturn.
conservative
Yeah.
with your investments.
That's state
but
by state, Travis.
But I bet you could make a. I bet you
you
would
probably
would be better off.
Yeah.
There's so much more to invest right away.
Somebody.
Now, hold on. So I'm sorry, Travis. What state takes priority? The state you live in or the state you bought the ticket in?
Well, I don't know how that works because Mega Millions and Powerball all are cross state lines, so
those
it's
are
a
like 30
federal
states.
thing. So then you got to deal with the state level too, depending on what they choose.
You're
to
paying
do.
a state tax based on
So
where
you're
you
getting
live.
fucked in every direction.
It's where you live.
An economist said that the choice between lump and annuity comes down to interest rates. With the interest rate at 0 right now, lump sum makes more financial sense. Here's why. To fund the lottery operators buy a zero coupon bond, which is a type of bond that ultimately pays the full amount in the final year.
Coupon? You poisoned me and tried to give me coupon. I kill you.
In this case, with a $500 million lottery, the bond value $500 million paid in the 26th year, which is the last year.
wow.
So the value of that bond today is the lump sum. As the interest rates go down, the value of that bond shoots up because the lottery deducts the interest rate every year over time.
And plus,
I have no idea what you're saying.
So I don't either. I'm
plus
just reading.
school.
But plus, your money's going to be worth a lot less in 30 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think when interest rates are at 0, it's better to take
Just
the lump
blow
sum.
it all and then play
Just
again.
take- yeah,
I'm a lump sumping. I'm a lump sumping motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'll lump sum.
you want the lump.
All you have to remember is you're not going to win anyway, so none of this matters.
Would you move to Canada if say you were in Canada, right, and you won the lottery? It was $300 million. It was tax free. But if you came back, you'd have to pay taxes. But if they said if you moved there, you could just keep your money. Wouldn't you just move to Canada? I would.
Yeah, like right over the line.
Oh, no, I just fucking. I
Move
would
to the
just,
Yukon.
yeah, whatever. I'd just live.
Yeah.
I'd get a private plane, go back and forth between Montreal and Toronto and
do that.
Vancouver. And I'd change my act and I'd be a polite comedian.
Yeah, you'd
Yes,
have
I
to
would.
be.
I'd go
You'd
to
have
You
to
know
be.
what? I was right. If you win it in Canada, you're still a U.S. citizen, so you have to report that income to the IRS.
But what if you decide I want to live in Canada? And
You're still a U.S. citizen. You would have to renounce your U.S. citizenship.
okay.
What about Jesus?
I think Jesus.
You can still visit the U.S., couldn't you? If you renounce your citizenship.
Sure, yeah, you just become a
Second you
Canadian
cross
citizen,
the
but you would
lines.
have to go through that process.
I would probably for 150 million. Why am I yelling? I would
don't
do
know.
that. I would do that
The
for,
U.S. taxes U.S. citizens on a worldwide income, regardless of where you live.
for 150 million dollars. I
I'd
love
figure
the
out some way to
states.
get it down to the Caymans.
I'd get a satellite dish and watch all my favorite programs and just come on vacation.
they have the same television.
That's what
up
I'm
there.
saying.
No, they don't.
No, they don't actually.
It's terrible
Can,
TV
you
up
don't
there.
have that except there. Can you get?
Oh yeah, breaking news.
Oh. Oh.
Look what we got here.
Well,
You got PlayStation,
thank
right?
you, dear.
No, you
And
got
that's
it.
for you, sweetie. You take that, huh?
I got him a girl game.
What?
I got him some
You-
cooking.
Oh, a cooking game?
Looky, looky,
You
Miss.
don't want to take. You don't want a tip or nothing?
Diner
Oh,
Dash?
God.
Yeah, she doesn't
Diner
take money.
Dash.
She doesn't take money. That really bothers me as a
I
man.
know, right? Yeah.
Wait, would you move to Canada if it was $150 million
No.
difference?
Fuck yeah.
Why?
But when you renounce your citizenship, you're not coming back as a criminal when you visit.
No, you're just coming back as a Canadian citizen.
Could you do that?
Might as well be. Of
course you can.
I've renounced my citizenship.
My wife is still a Canadian citizen.
No, but I
She's
mean-
just a U.S. resident.
You're not if you like say you renounce your citizenship after you win in Canada.
Yeah.
You're not all of a sudden going to come back and they're going to go, you owe us all this money because you were a citizen when you won it.
I would believe that.
Probably.
Yeah, I
Ex
would
post
think
facto.
So. Yeah, if you had income while you were still a U.S. citizen,
Yeah,
and
you gotta pay
didn't
that shit.
then
Right.
yeah, you would probably still owe.
Then I would just not come back.
If you're an American and you win a Canadian lottery, you have to pay the taxes to the U.S. government.
Fuck them.
If you're an American and win the Canadian lottery, but you're also a legal resident of Canada and do not file taxes with the U.S., you don't have to pay the taxes.
Yeah, but I would just go to fucking England and hang. I would go. I mean, I love the U.S., but I would go everywhere. I would for 150 extra million fucking dollars. I would just traipse around the world.
You can just live right
fucking
across the border.
launder it through through one of the drug cartels in Mexico. You put it down in the Caymans.
That's what I would do with 150 million. I would move to Juarez, Mexico, and buy a giant house and have it painted.
Oh my God! And then just walk around with like
Big
an
stogie.
expensive cigar down the streets. Oh,
If you walk down the street like that with your shirt open, wearing all gold, and just going,
they probably wouldn't touch you because he's got to be some type of
how
fucking...
long would it take them to realize that you can be killed?
Yes, yeah.
Like, would they kill you immediately, or would it take them a couple of days?
Or do a couple of like
this
to
is
find out who the fuck this idiot
is a TV thing. He's not alone. He's being filmed for TV.
Oh, your head would be rolling down the street
really quickly. All right, so the dude got 400 million. Good for him.
There's also been an episode on Wheel of Fortune today.
Right.
Do we have that clip?
the mumble.
The fucking dummy.
Yeah, but they should give it to him anyway.
No, I've seen him fucking rip people off because they mispronounced a word. Or this is so bad.
What was this for? $1 million?
$1 million.
How do you go for $1 million on Wheel of Fortune? I haven't watched that show.
You get the
so
$1 million
long.
little tile there on the wheel,
right?
And it's a thin little strip in the middle of one of the little wedges, and he spun and landed on the million.
Okay,
and then he's got to solve the puzzle.
Okay,
and he had it. It was everything but one letter. He had one letter that he needed. Oh my God!
All right, here it is.
Yeah,
this is for $1 million.
Yeah, it says corner curio cabinet, and only one letter is missing.
Three of them. That's going to help. If you can pick that up, turn it around, see that big shiny $1 million right there in the
Got a chance at $1 million.
$1 million.
$2,350 spin or solve.
I'm going to solve.
All right.
Cornucopia cabinet.
Corn.
Lewis.
I'll solve. Corner curio cabinet.
Yeah, that's it.
He went corn cabinet.
Oh my God!
It's one of those. It just didn't come out the way you intended it to. We'll take a look at it.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's $1 million.
You're talking to a guy that just lost $1 million casually.
Yes.
It just didn't come out the way you wanted it to.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
He knew what it was.
He fucked it up.
Right.
No, he fucked it up.
Cornucopia cabinet.
Imagine
He said
if Roland was on
corno. Yeah, corno. Coro. Cornucopia cabinet. He got it wrong.
What a dope.
$2,350 spin or solve.
I'm going to solve.
All right.
Cornucopia cabinet.
Well, he didn't get it.
Cornucopia cabinet.
Oh, that wasn't for $1 million.
Yeah, it was.
That was for $1 million.
I'll
That
solve.
was for $1 million.
You see his mouth wide open? It's like out of his mind.
Just lost $1 million.
And then Pat Sajak, listen how casual he is talking to the guy that just lost $1 million.
Then he pats his hand.
Not the way you intended it to. We'll take a look at it during the
No, wait a minute.
We treat it fairly.
Didn't he say that's? He didn't say it was for $1 million. Listen to what Pat says right before he picks it up. Right before he spins, Pat said this is for so and so money. It wasn't for $1 million. Why?
Look, he landed on $1
No,
million.
I know. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's for $1 million.
Oh, wow.
There are three of them.
That's why this clip is so hot today.
See that big shiny $1 million right there in the please? You have $2,350 spin or solve.
I'm going to solve.
All right.
Cornucopia cabinet.
Oh, Kuro. He says Kuro.
Yeah.
For $1 million.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely
Oh,
for
it's
$1
for $1
million.
million. It's all over the news
I'll
today.
solve.
Yeah.
Corner curio cabinet.
That's the other guy, obviously.
And then I love his face. He's like, wait, I just
Lost
wait,
$1 million?
I just-
I said that.
Didn't come out the way you intended it to.
He wants to punch Pat Sajak in the face.
Of course, we'll make sure we treated you fairly. In the meantime, we believe you want to.
Oh man.
He fucked up.
Cornhole, Corolo,
He fucked up.
And they just didn't give it to him, huh?
Cornholio.
You can't. I mean, especially there's another letter that's not turned over on the puzzle.
Did he
They
say?
should have it if you could turn
Sajak
it.
later said, Paul, you've proved what several players have proven, and I prove almost on a nightly basis. Sometimes your mouth says what your brain doesn't intend it to.
Oh well.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think
dummy.
about that?
Yeah, just keep rubbing it in, Pat Sajak.
Cornucopia
Okay,
cabinet.
technically it wasn't
That's
for $1
why.
million.
What?
No.
It should be pointed out that this was not $1 million puzzle, however.
What?
If the judges had accepted Paul's pronunciation, he would not have instantly won $1 million.
What happened?
Solving that one puzzle and beating the other two contestants would have moved him to the bonus round, where the $100,000 marker on the wheel is replaced by $1 million
He's right.
card.
Oh.
To win the big bucks, Paul would have still needed to spin the wheel, land on
Hit
the
the
million, and
million,
correctly solve the puzzle.
and then solve the puzzle. What a bunch of dickbags.
I'll tell you why. Because when Pat didn't say for $1 million,
Yeah.
Pat said for 300. I thought I heard Pat give the amount that he was playing.
Really?
There you go.
How would he? So they really scam you with that million.
And then last year, this girl, the
Well,
answer
no,
was
who's
7
scamming us?
swans a swimming.
Yeah.
And she dropped the G and she said 7 swans a swimmin'. And they said that was incorrect.
Oh, man.
That's shitty.
I saw someone, it was, the answer was the Atlanta Falcons, and he left the thought out. He went, Atlanta Falcons. And I was like, no.
Wait, was the word there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Dummy.
Well, you
I
got-
saw one guy. It was N blank GG.
Yes, yes. And it was people.
That's from South Park.
Oh, right.
Boy.
Yeah.
That was the biggest deal
Yes.
when that
And
episode
by the way, to
came out.
show you what edgy comedy should be, that was right after Michael Richards said "nigger" at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
why they did that.
Yeah, yeah.
They took the fucking taboo subject and they rubbed the entire country's face in it.
Can we
Yes.
see that?
It's fucking brilliant.
Vowel and O, please. Okay, well, looks like you're going to get a lot of help here. Category is people who annoy you. Audience, keep quiet, please.
They're horrified.
Black camera guy.
Well, 10 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
I know it, but I don't think I should say it.
5 seconds, Mr. Marsh.
All right, I'd like to solve the puzzle. Niggers! Huh?
Naggers. Naggers. Naggers.
What fucking geniuses.
That's hilarious.
Because the entire country thought the same
Yes.
thing when we saw it. Everyone thought niggers.
They were horrified. I love how the little cartoon audience all have their mouth open and they're like, "Oh my god, this."
And the creak of the letter when she turns it.
Knackers. Oh, wow.
And we were all
great.
thinking it when we saw it. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
so smart, man.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune has always been the cheapest. Why? Let's go to Rich in New Jersey.
Well, when they used to
phones
have
are
to
busted.
shop. Remember when you used to have to shop with the money?
Right.
Hey, we have the ceramic Dalmatian, and here's a chair for $6,000.
But they didn't tell you that you have to pay taxes on all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So you couldn't even keep half your shit because you couldn't
yeah.
afford it. You couldn't afford the taxes on all the stuff you bought.
I'll take the rest in a gift certificate.
A gift card.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that sucked.
Phones are shot, so
They are?
that could be a good thing.
Sam, is your phone
Yeah.
fixed? Did you break it?
Oh, how'd that work? The paperclip.
The paperclip thing didn't work, but
What?
I restored it
Oh.
to a new phone on Sal's Mac in the office, and now I'm trying to restore it from a backup of
Where's your
iCloud.
information?
Oh my God! So all your shit now has to go through the sky.
You iCloud everything?
Wow.
Yeah, it's just up there.
I know. I don't like the idea of that. It's a lot of fucking shit up there in the cloud.
We don't have privacy anymore. Relax.
You know, people could peek in on your cloud shit, looking
Of course.
at your
We
fucking,
don't do it.
fought
looking
the
at the
good fight.
pictures of you sucking big fat cocks and.
I don't have pictures.
What?
I don't have this picture.
Oh.
I do not. Oh.
Well.